So some words in Finnish may not have a direct English translation just because they are an expression of an emotion or an idea. So if you do a direct translation, then the meaning is kind of lost in translation. Because most people say that, yeah, if you don't understand each other, you can just say lost in translation. So yeah, that's how unique the Finnish language is. And the first on the list is Sisu. And Sisu is used to express like inner strength, your ability to persevere in the midst of struggles. So like if you're going through so much in your life, like in most cases, like in Kenya, when we talk among friends, and when somebody tells you that, and we usually actually say it in Swahili, that fulani anapitia, and in English I could translate directly to mean someone is going through. So like in that case, it's an expression of someone going through a very, very difficult situation. And so in Swahili we just say anapitia. So it's almost like to say someone is going through why am I repeating myself? I like to repeat things. I don't know, for clarity or what. But so in Finnish, when we say sisu, that's like when someone has inner strength. And basically it's almost believed, or it could be true, that Finnish people have sisu, because the word comes from Finnish, and that means the inner strength. However hard the situations are, people always come out feeling more stronger. So I don't know if I can equate to any word in Swahili or English. They basically, yeah, because it's not in the dictionary, so you might not have like another word that can describe that. So yeah, that's Sisu for you. So next time somebody wants to put you down, you can say, I have Sisu. So I have the inner strength. I know what I can handle. I'm going through a lot, but I'm able to handle that because I have the inner strength in me. Second of my favorite, and today being Friday, yeah, it's kalsarikännit. I think it's already now put in the dictionary, but initially it was not. Recently actually put in the dictionary, kalsarikännit, and that means getting drunk at home in your underwear. And surprisingly, there is a package for kalsarikännit. I have seen it, and I will not say where I saw it. Actually, I have seen it somewhere. And yeah, it's when you go, basically like in the countryside, people don't go like to the pubs, or rarely, let me use the word rarely because I don't want to generalize. People rarely go to the pubs on Friday evening after work. The culture in Kenya is like when people complete their Friday shifts, they pass by a restaurant, maybe for dinner or with friends and things like that. But here it's a bit different. People actually go home. Most people go home, and yeah, they do their own parties at home. And there's a pack. There's a pack for kalsarikännit. It has like the pajama, let me call it that way, because that's how we pronounce, and a bottle of Finnish brew, let me call it that way. And yeah, that's it, you're ready to go. Kalsarikännit. Yeah, you're getting drunk in your underwear. Drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. Those people in Nairobi, I know you. The third word that I wanted to share with you is myötä hapea. Myötä hapea. Hey, even difficult to pronounce. But it's like when somebody does something embarrassing and then you're embarrassed on their behalf, even though you're not the one doing it, but because you're in the same you're in the same environment and someone is doing something or saying something kind of embarrassing, then you feel embarrassed on their behalf. So there is no word in English that can replace that. So it's just in Finnish. People are more careful about their reputation. In fact, if they are to refer you to a workplace for job interview or some referral anyway, people think 3-4 times before they can refer you to a job or to do something, because they feel like, I cannot send that person. They're going to embarrass me, and I'm going to be the one feeling the embarrassment and not him. So like that's why people, before they refer you to a workplace or to something, they really have to know you so well that they can really refer you. They don't just, like in Kenya, you can say your boss can just be your referee, or your pastor in your local church can be your referee, but it's almost like protocol. They know you to some extent, but before someone can refer you here, they really have to know you and trust your skills and trust your integrity before they can refer you for a certain job. Otherwise, they don't like to feel embarrassed on your own behalf. Or if someone is acting silly in a public place, the rest of the people are like, oh, they feel embarrassed on your behalf. So myötä hapea. Most of my most favorite this summer, it's joka mies, mikä se on? Joka miehen oikeus. And that is like every month, right? And basically it's relating to people have a right to enjoy nature. So like you can go to the forest, pick berries, pick mushrooms, go swimming in the lakes, things like that, without asking the permission of the landowners. And here, what I noticed, and it's really strange, is the forest is like endless. There is no fence in between. So like when your farm is ending here in Kenya, for example, then you have a fence, a very big fence to separate your farm from your neighbors. But here there is no fence. It's just continuous. You just have to have the coordinates for where your land is ending. Otherwise, it just continues. It's a continuous. It's like continuous land. And for me, in the beginning, it was a bit strange. Like, how do you know your boundary? How does the neighbor know their boundary? So it was a bit strange for me. But so people can just walk freely and pick berries. Of course, there are rules, because you cannot go up to somebody's homestead and harvest the berries which they've planted themselves, or even if they're growing naturally, you cannot just like pick them without permission. So there is that respect also. And then you cannot destroy nature. There are more rules, so you have to take that before you assume that everything is free for taking. So and another word that I have really enjoyed this summer is lolu. Lolu is like the steam that comes when you throw water on the stones in sauna. So I don't think it's not just the steam, it's also the feeling that you get when you throw that water on the stones. You know, if you've not experienced sauna, I think that's one of the things that you should experience, because of course you have to heat the stones up to a certain degree maybe 60 to 100 for some people. And when they are already hot, then there is water that you can drop on the stones, cold water or warm water, it's your choice. And there's like the rising steam. It kind of rises and then falls down on you like that. So it's almost like, it's really like, it's a feeling. It's not just the steam, it's what you feel when you have that steam coming on your face, on your body. Yeah. And one thing, sauna, you have to go without your clothes. You didn't know, at least in Finland. And another of my favorites is revontulet. Revontulet. That's used for the aurora. It's used for the northern lights or the fox lights. Like if you translate, it comes to fox fires, and it's the poetic word for northern lights or the aurora lights. I like to call them aurora lights. They're so beautiful, and basically in autumn you are almost able to see them, and in winter is when you can see, or you're more likely to see, the northern lights during winter. So autumn, winter, sometimes in spring, so it depends which part of Finland you're in, then you're able to see that. But main focus was the revontulet, like the word that cannot be translated to English directly. And another word that's of interest is sauna. And sauna is not just about the word sauna, like warming the stones, and it's almost like the feeling, and it's almost like a tradition and a ritual. So there is no translation for that, sauna, and that's sauna also in English. So yeah, that's one of the words that's also available in English. And another word is hygge, and I think it originates from Danish language, and it just means a feeling of coziness and homeliness. So like, you can imagine that feeling when you're sitting by the fireplace on a winter evening. It's cold outside and you're just sitting inside next to the fireplace and just feeling warm. It's almost like the hygge. Hygge. It's difficult to pronounce. It's also borrowed from a different language. So yep, now you know. And basically there is only one remaining, and that is lämpimampi. And lämpimampi is, lämmin is like warm. So when you want to say warmer, there is no word for warmer, so people just say lämpimampi. So lämpimampi. Yeah. And it doesn't basically only include like the warmth that you get from maybe the sun or the heat. It's also about how you feel inside when you see something that you like, or you meet someone that you like, or that warm feeling. So lämpimampi, I think so. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. And I just wanted to add about the poronkusema. Poronkusema paasa. I got the correction that it's used to it's more of like what we see in English, that you're almost there. You only have between your nose and mouth before you reach your destination, something like that. Or kivien heito pass, like when you throw a stone, how far do you throw it, and how much, what is the distance. So when you're talking about how near you are to your goal, or how near you are to your destination, then you could poronkusema pass, almost. So some of these words have already been incorporated in the English dictionary. So which other words among these that I've mentioned would you like them to be introduced into the English dictionary, and which one was your favorite? So, and of course, if you have more words, please share, and yeah, like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'm not a Finnish language teacher, but yeah, I'm still learning, so I hope you can learn something small from me, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.